Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about fly tying. I'm going to give away some flies as well as some tying material, so stick around. I'm going to talk a little bit about three of my favorite tying material. The first material I don't think I would want to tie without is Partridge. Now I have to have something for soft hackles, which I fish obviously a lot of wet flies, and I just really like Partridge. The markings, the variety of sizes that you get on a full skin. I just think they're classic. They're super soft. They just look buggy, and I'm sure underwater they have a lot of motion to them. So a close second when it's come to feathers would be the hen pheasant as well. I really like the differences in size and texture as well as color, obviously, with a rooster pheasant, especially when it comes to reverse hackles. And I'll throw up a few pictures. So that would be my first material. The second material, I don't see it a lot on typical or Tenkara flies, if you will, and that has to do with biots. So whether they're smaller goose biots, and these are stripped off the quill, or the full turkey biot with the feather, and you just kind of pull the biots off the front of the feathers. But I really like tying with them. I've tied with them for a long time, whether I'm tying dry flies or nymphs or kebari, wet flies, anything like that. I just like the segmentation, the natural look to them. They just look really cool to me. They do require a little bit of work as far as I soak them a little bit to make them softer so they're not as brittle. I use a little bit of glue on the bottom or underneath them so they improve the durability. But the neat thing about biots, regardless of which ones, is you can do them a couple different ways. If you turn them one way and wrap them one way, you'll get a ridge that gives it a really cool look. I do that a lot on my nymphs or emergers, or if you rotate it the other way, wrap it around the hook the other way, you'll get a smooth segmentation, and I'll use that mostly on dry flies. But I'll show a couple pictures of those. They come obviously in a variety of colors, so regardless of what you tie or what bug you're trying to imitate, if anything, or you just want to mess around with different colors, you can find them. So the turkey ones are a lot longer as far as the biot itself. And so I use that on larger flies, and then the goose biots I'll use on smaller flies. So that's my second material. The final material, and probably I use most of all when I'm tying flies that I would call Tenkara flies, and that is wool yarn. So Tristan at Tenkara Addict and flytyingyarn.com was kind enough to donate these 6 cards of yarn. And so I have some lights and darks and some, the oyster, which is the traditional killer bug. That's probably my favorite material when it comes to Tenkara flies. I just love how fast it is and how buggy it looks. You can twist it and make it a tighter rope and get more segmentation. When it's wet, it just looks juicy. I don't know how else to explain it. It captures air in it, so you get a little bit of that pupating look, and it's just the variety of colors are just unlimited, and so they're super fast to tie. It's a 2-ply yarn, so on really small flies, if I'm tying an 18 or smaller, maybe I'll separate the plies and just use 1 ply. So very versatile, very affordable or economical. I mean, 1 card is 15 feet. And you can tie a whole lot of flies with that. I think Tristan has some calculations on his website if you want to see how much you should be getting out of a single card. But I have bunches of them. So the other thing I'll say about the yarn, what makes it neat is it absorbs water. So when you're casting, it adds a little bit of weight to that unweighted fly. So it makes it a little bit easier to cast. Neutrally buoyant. So when it's in the water, it doesn't add weight to it and make it sink. You just feel it when you're casting, but it doesn't pull it down when you're fishing it, so you can stay in that top section of the water column. So for a lot of reasons, with Tenkara flies, that's probably my favorite material, and combinations of the 3 things went into tying these dozen flies. So this is going to be part of my giveaway. So I've got a dozen flies here, and I've got one of those Altoid boxes that Jason Class talked about on Tenkara Talk, and you may have seen it on 10 Colors of Tenkara as well. But it's 3D printed insert. This is obviously the 6 compartment box, but I've got 12 flies in there. I'll put a picture of it. But those are the 12 flies and the box that I'm going to give away, along with this. So I shouldn't say along with it. I'm going to give away 2 things: the box of flies and this package of yarn. So if you tie flies, you might let me know that if you want that. And if you don't tie flies and you want the flies, you can do that. The criteria for entering the drawing is going to be helping me out with subscriptions. So what I ask is, if you're not currently a subscriber, that you subscribe and just put a comment down below saying you subbed and which of the 2 items that you would want to have. If you're currently a subscriber, get somebody else to subscribe. That's all you need to do. Get them to subscribe. Just put it down in the comments section that you got someone to subscribe, and let me know which item that you want to be in the drawing for. So when I hit 400 subscribers, I think last time I looked it was about 265. When I hit 400, I'm going to do the drawing. The one limitation that I have, because I'm paying for the shipping, is in the lower 48. I'll ship it out of my pocket. So it's as simple as that. Let me know. Either subscribe if you haven't already. Get someone else to subscribe. Let me know which item you want to be in the drawing for. And when I hit 400 subscribers, I'm going to do the drawing. I appreciate all your help and getting the word out on my new channel. Thank you.